Okay, so I don't know what to expect, actually, in this particular campaign. I'm hoping for something pretty interesting here, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So we are going to take the static setup, basically. All right, with the growing strength of our tribes, the time has come to seize full control of the steppe. The Alans are the weakest of our neighbors. We must conquer them first. Offer battle is our only choice in this particular part of the campaign. So let's move forward and let's offer battle. Hope we get some pretty awesome units to start out with. For those of you that were with us with yesterday's stream, we actually had a beautiful, beautiful Hunnic army. Now this one is going to be a bit smaller, I think, but we're still going to have some excellent stuff here. Look at this, expert armored horse archers. And of course, I'm assuming that this army is going to grow as we proceed through the steppe. We also have some fierce nomad horse archers. And I'm wondering if the army list will grow as well. Let's grab some more fierce nomad horse archers here. And really, this is a mainly cavalry-based army. I'm hoping that we're facing a non-cavalry-based army, but I would assume that that's not the case. I'm guessing that the Alans are also pretty cavalry-based, so we're going to have to rely on just hit-and-run tactics to be able to actually survive this one, I'm pretty sure. Let's go. Now, contrary to popular belief, the Huns were not exactly, a horde. They were actually pretty well stocked, I should say, or, they governed themselves fairly well. As even mentioned here, it was really only after Attila's death that things started to fall apart, but I would say they were pretty put together as an empire. And I mean, getting all the way to Rome, being able to force the Romans to become their tributaries, it's just embarrassing and quite amazing. Quite amazing feat at the time. Okay, there we go. So we're going to accept, and we can add one more general to a unit in our army, and I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and add him to one of the main units over here. So let's go ahead and add the general to this fierce nomad horse archer unit. Okay, I can't wait to see what the enemy has for us. Pixel is saying 5 turns full of volley pain. Let's hope so. Let's hope so, Pixel. So we're getting a look here at the Alans, and as you know them, they're quite good too. As you can see here, they have what I believe to be some cataphracts or something close, something resembling cataphracts in any case. And they're definitely more spread out than we are. They're kind of spread out here, and maybe these are the kind of tactics we should be taking if we're going to have an army of horse archers. Again, I'm so much more used to playing with infantry, so perhaps this straight line with cavalry is not the best idea. And again, it might be. I'm really not sure. I'm going to go ahead and move forward. I could move all these guys forward together. That's probably what I'll do. Keep a safe distance. Sort of let the enemy get to us first. See, I don't like that. I want to turn in the correct direction here. And I will move our general, one of our generals anyway, Aksungur, son of Kinilalon. I think I'm probably horribly mangling that name. We'll keep these guys right here. All right, let's end the turn. So again, the Alans are another tribe in the steppe, and our goal here is to finish them off, take over the steppe entirely, and just basically show our supremacy in this situation. Yeah, Dogs of War says Rome was not what it was. No, that's very true. I mean, Rome was a very, very different place, obviously. Not nearly as powerful. But I think it would have been pretty tough for, even the Republic really to stand up to the Huns. It would have been a difficult task, to say the least. All right, so let me start getting close here. Start firing off against these Eastern archers. 65. The amount of casualties the Huns are able to inflict just with a shot of arrows is unbelievable. They did hold firm, but that means they did have to take a morale check. I'm going to move forward again. Let's see. Yeah, I think there's not much else we can do, at least not this turn. So let's end the turn, turn it over to the enemy. as we're getting closer, I'm starting to notice that there are a lot more Allens than I anticipated. Looked like there weren't many, but now they're starting to kind of pile up here. That's definitely worrying me. All right, here we go. This is our chance. So I think we can actually turn and fire, which would be great. And Pixel was talking about being able to fire, 3 times in one turn, or 5 times in one turn, I should say. Have a bunch of units get close and fire. It's a great idea. It's exactly what we're going to try to do. Now, the Huns seem to only be able to fire like 2 tiles. I wish they could fire 3. I think considering their skill with a bow, that wouldn't be necessarily too OP. Well, it kind of would be, but it would still be cool. Let's go ahead and move forward here. We're going to take on the Eastern Archers. The glorious Huns. Okay, we're going to use our fierce nomad light horse archers here. We could actually charge this unit, believe it or not, and probably wipe them out. But I think we're going to go the traditional route right now and just try to break it down with constant volleys. 90, look at that. The amount of men it's losing is just crazy. Fire another one. Go! Why? Alright, fair enough. Start sending another unit that way. And with these guys, I think we should start getting up close and personal with the enemy here. And we do have to be careful. The enemy's got a lot of cavalry here, armor and noble lancers. We don't want them getting near our cavalry. It would cause a big problem. So we really want to try and target these nomad light horse archers quickly and knock them down little by little. We're killing hundreds just in a single turn with our archery skills. So the Huns are once again just awesome in almost every way. Now this is Vund, son of Kotrag. So Attila is not leading the army right now. It's Vund, son of Kotrag, that is the commander-in-chief. Pretty neat name there. Kotrag sounds like a pretty scary guy as well. And let's move over here as well with these units. Start building a little wall here. Now we need to be able to fall back if we're going to be playing as the Huns. So we might need to take some risks. I think risks are going to be a part of this army. Send the turn. Take a look here at the chat. I want to see what you guys think of the Huns so far. The Allens aren't too bad either. You can see that that missile damage is absolutely growing. It's not. It's pretty serious. Incredibly, our Huns are still holding firm. Wow. Even after that many volleys, that's 5 volleys. Yeah, I wish with the Huns that is definitely damaged there, but I think that would be a little unfair. Is this what you're talking about? Yeah, this view. Yeah, we could try this. I tend to like, more sort of like, I guess, third-person view, but this is third person in a way. But yeah, you can definitely have a lot of fun getting up close and personal like this. Let's go ahead and fire there. They did hold firm. I'm pretty confident we could knock them out, although I actually want to knock out the armored noble lancers. I don't want them being a problem, and it looks like our bows are definitely able to pierce their armor there. Okay, we have to turn. Don't think we can fire at these guys this turn. Nope. However, maybe next turn we could actually fire at them. And let's hit the general right here. This is Mazus, son of Radmodides, or Raodmeus, or something in between. In any case, we do want to try and kill him. Knocking out the enemy generals is one of the most important parts here. I think we can knock out this unit this turn. Let's see. 70 auto breaks. Beautiful. First blood for us. The Allens are definitely reeling after that one. And that is the commander-in-chief, Farsanzes. So I'm going to turn and fire at Farsanzes here. 100. I'm just amazed by the amount of damage the Huns do. Turn and fire. Let's do it. These are, of course, the fierce nomad horse archers. Look at that. We have disrupted the commander-in-chief of the enemy army, guys. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to turn and fire at them this turn. Oh, look, we can. Wow. You've got to love that. So, yeah, when I play alone, I usually do like this. This is just what I prefer. I don't know why. I know you guys like the close-up stuff more, but I just like to kind of set things up like this. Sort of reminds me of a chessboard. But yeah, when you get up close and personal, things do get pretty, as it were. Worst pun in the world. Let's see. Yeah, we can definitely try and target this guy right here. Again, I don't really care who we knock off their horses or who we force to retreat. I just want to get some retreats going right now. Don't want them to overwhelm us with numbers. Fire again. Come on, Ali B. You should be doing a lot better than that. Send the turn. Yeah, I think our trop is probably right. I think I probably should be running, or I should say galloping away, but I'm sticking around with some regular shots here. Also, the Huns did have, of course, ground troops and infantry, things like that. I'm just not very good at, like, falling back. Anytime you fall back, you have to do a morale check. So you take a risk. I mean, obviously, the real Hun tactics would probably be more similar to firing, retreating, etc. Rinse and repeat. But, yeah, if we try that here, that's not going to work out so well. I don't think so, anyway. Unless we get really lucky. This I don't like. That's the enemy getting really close here. Let's try and knock this guy down. Try and hug a Hun. That's one of the strangest things we've seen here. Alright, moving up on the CNC of this army here. He's going to have to auto-break here soon. We are absolutely destroying his group. There we go. Auto-breaks. The commander-in-chief has auto-broken. Now, it would be a lot better if we killed him, but it's pretty good. It's not bad. I'll take it. Let's put it that way. And I'm actually going to chase that unit. What they're trying to do is get away so that we can't break the unit. And they might actually succeed. So we don't want to commit too many units to doing that. But at the same time, I don't want him getting away and raising his morale somewhere over here. It's just not fair. We've got to break the enemy as quickly as possible. There we go. Come on, boys. Wonder if we could get a shot over here. I think we can. Nomad light horse archers are taking a pretty nasty hit there. Now, once again, we don't really have any sort of recourse for this situation. So I think time has to be on our side during this battle, essentially. Gotta be able to rout the enemy army before they destroy us. Man. Unfortunately, this unit is definitely going to be broken. All I can do is kind of fight back as much as possible, which is not much. Pixel says I've read more on the Mongols as opposed to the Huns. Yeah, no, I think I've done the same. I know a little more about Attila. His cause of death is sort of disputed. Turn this way, and look at that. We can actually get a shot off. Why you should always check, and those Allens are routing. Love that. Send the turn. Some units, of course, dispersing. In fact, the enemy commander-in-chief dispersing, as well as those Allens. So this is just working out really well. I should say those Allen horse archers. It's just working out really well so far. Let's hope that it continues. Yeah, I mean, the Huns, as far as I know, were I'm guessing, not as horrific as the Mongols, but pretty horrific. I think they were called the Scourge of God. So, you know, obviously they were not ones to mess around. You know, they would definitely burn down your village, burn down your city. I think the difference is they allowed Rome to be a tributary state, where they basically said, look, just pay us, you know, a certain amount of gold each month, and we'll let you survive, essentially. I'm not sure they were interested in having such a large empire. Just a place to call home after really bloody raids, of course. Right. Now, interestingly enough, I'm actually considering a flank attack on this unit. I know that sounds crazy, but if we can break him with a flank attack, I'm going to go for it. Boom. Oh my goodness, look at that. The armored noble lancers, guys, getting smashed by the Huns here. You can tell the Huns are just as good in close combat as they are using their actual bows. And it looks like we actually got another unit to disperse. Pretty good start, although I don't like to get tangled up in these sort of situations. Let's see what we can do. What to do, what to do. First things first. Let's do that. And at this point, I think we can go ahead and continue firing on the enemy officer class. And once again, the charge wouldn't be so bad for us. I'm going to try it. We're going to do a flank attack here on the enemy. What I should have done is I should have turned first and gotten some shots off. But I'll accept it, and I'm going to turn these guys towards the enemy so they can charge in next turn. Same with this group of Huns. Alright, they held firm. I don't think they're going to hold firm for long. I mean, so far, this army has been incredible. So we could charge, but I'm guessing they'll probably run away a lot faster than we can charge. Let's fire. Really hoping for a break there. Oh, flank attack, boys and girls. With Wund, son of Kontrag, our commander-in-chief. That's got to break them at least next turn. I'm really hoping for that. Yeah, absolutely should have. Damien Narushima says, everybody burned down cities. They just have a reputation of savages because we're in the West. Our culture comes from Rome. There's actually a lot of good points to that. I mean, the reading I did on the Huns, it was very little, of course, before actually doing this stream, basically mentioned that the whole notion of them as some sort of, marauding horde was completely misfounded. That they actually had, a culture. They obviously had an interest in creating a city for their people, or I should say a country for their people, and we're pretty cultured, or fairly cultured, I guess you could say, but not by our standards, which is, yeah, it's interesting. So I think right now we've moved just about everybody we can, although we can go ahead and attack here, but we wouldn't necessarily do very well. Unfortunately, our unit here is fragmented too. So I think I'm going to end my turn, or, yeah, let's do that. And we have broken another enemy general, guys. Absolutely wonderful. Just absolutely slaughtering this guy. We should worry about this fragmented unit, but so far, we're definitely winning the battle. Nice shooting by the Alans. You can tell they're also steppe people. They absolutely train just like the Huns do, just like the Mongols do, which of course is horse archery all day and all night. And some yak's milk. Never understood that. That's rough, man. Let's see. Nice little flank charge here. 110, guys. We can go ahead and attack here as well once again. Now, they held firm. If I can get another charge in, I think we can break them. General fallen, guys. We just slaughtered one of the Alan generals here. I wish we could have gotten his name. I don't think he was the commander-in-chief. I think the commander-in-chief got back here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Maybe not. We may have just killed the enemy commander-in-chief. That was beautiful. Let's see what we want to do here. All right, let's turn. Incredibly, we could actually do a pretty good charge even when the enemy is not disrupted. Although these are nomad horse archers, so that kind of makes sense. It's really cool, though, that the Hun horse archers are actually pretty good in close combat. I'm really psyched by that. I'm going to be using that in multiplayer a lot here in the future. Another break, guys. The Alans are at 40%. I don't think we've gotten an army down this quickly in-game or on a stream for a very long time. Now your CNC may be rear charged. I hope not. You might be right, though. What to do, what to do. Let's go ahead and open fire. And, oh, I don't think I want to go for the charge yet. Maybe I should have, but I'm going to hold off for now, and we auto-broke the unit. So I think that was the right call. Bring these guys up and start firing at the enemy armored noble lancers. Do the same with these guys. Of course, these are not armored noble lancers, but we want to chase them and just kill them. Pretty straightforward stuff with the Huns. Although they absolutely had complex tactics. I mean, they were able to crush the Western Romans. So you've got to give them credit. Credit where credit's due. All right. I think we're going to end that turn. So we might actually be able to beat them this turn, believe it or not, guys. He's a real artist. Alright, they're definitely taking the fight back to us. And I hope that we get to face some Romans. I want to see how these units actually perform against a Roman legion. I really want to see that. Of course, in this time, it's not a Roman legion. It's a bit different. But as you can see, we are victorious. As the Huns, we have won. I really want to take a look at these casualties. Now, we can claim this as a glorious victory. And, yeah, it certainly is. Patting myself on the back here. Okay, let's take a look here. This can't be right, because if it is, it's just unbelievable. Okay, good. I was going to say, we lost no infantry because we had none. But I looked there for a second, and I got excited. I was like, did we not lose anybody? They just wounded? No. So we've lost 710 cavalry, 1,445 of which were wounded, and apparently 35 captured. With the enemy, however, we killed 275 infantry, 2,030 cavalry, we wounded a ton, and we took a bunch of prisoners. I think if any of you guys who want to look up what happens when Huns take prisoners, you can. I'm assuming it's not very pretty. Just a thought. In general, taking prisoners during this time period wasn't a very pretty thing. All right, guys, so this is what we're going to do. Now we're going to allow you guys in the stream to decide what you'd like us to do in the second part of the Hunnic campaign. Now that the Alans are our subjects, the Ostrogoths of Kim Ermanaric are our next target. The question is whether we should rely on our own tribesmen or call in a contingent from the Alans. So, guys, if we can get a straw poll going, which is call in Alans or await Huns. How about that? Call in Alans or await Huns. Let's see what you guys decide is best.